Hello, everybody. Welcome to our channel. My name is Speros.
And I am Kiana.
And today we're going to answer three questions about leadership. What are leadership styles? Why they matter and how to use them. So this is not theory from a textbook. This is from our perspective shaped from years of hands-on experience and formal education. Let's get to the first one. First one is, what are leadership styles? Leadership styles are simply observed real world interactions between a leader and their team and identifying a pattern of results in that situation. We can now look back at basically hundreds of years of observations that certain ways of acting yield certain results. And with that, you're able to use that to your advantage. So you know what kind of style is most effective in the situations you might be at hand for you and your team and your company. Kiana, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I would say leadership styles to me is different individuals were leaders as we grew and developed a behavior of leading our team or leading a company. Somebody out there ended up putting a name to those behaviors, right? So at the end of the day, we're able to associate and be able to see exactly when somebody is portraying themselves or acting this way or leading this way, that is equal to this leadership style. Now, I'm going to move on to why they matter though. Why does it matter that there is different names and different leadership styles associated with the behaviors? The reason it matters is because to be a great leader, you want to be able to recognize when you are in a situation or if you're leading a team that is needing you to flip through different leadership styles to be most effective. For example, there will be styles that will come off more assertive, and there will be styles that come off more gentle or more team oriented. Being able to know exactly which style works best in the situation or the environment you're in, you will be able to get the best outcome. How about you, Spills? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. It's simply the idea that instead of doing guessing work of what approach and pattern may work in the situation, you have very strong evidence and information to know that certain behaviors are going to yield you in general, on average, let's say, these kind of results. And just leveraging that experience and that information that's already out there is just going to make you a stronger leader, and it's going to make your experience better, your team's experience better, and the overall outcome for your company better. Very good. So we talked about what are leadership styles and why they matter to us. And lastly, we want to talk about how to use them. And start off by saying that everybody has kind of their dominant leadership style that comes from them just naturally, right? And that's great, and that's good for you to know. Once you learn the leadership styles, you'll be able to understand, okay, I'm a little bit more of this kind of leader, a democratic leader or a servant leader. That's good to know because you can understand where your strengths lie. But it's also very important to know when to switch your leadership style depending on that situation, so that if there is a situation where you need fast speed and less feedback from your team, perhaps you need to switch a little bit to that autocratic leader in that moment to yield you the best results for that situation. Kiana, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Being a leader, you're kind of like a chameleon, right? So relations to the leadership styles is almost like building a house. You will not use only one tool to be able to build a house. You will have to
Mhm.
be able to pivot between multiple tools, correct? So that will be the same when it comes down to leadership styles. Being able to know what they are and being able to know the situation you're in, you will be able to know throughout your leadership journey, you will be pivoting between leadership styles. So it isn't one style that's better than the other. It is all very situational.
Yeah. And these are flexible, right? Like once you start learning one of them, for example, like servant leader, you're not bound to that definition of a certain leader. You just use a lot of the traits that work well with it, and you know those results are going to look like, and you just kind of adjust as you go. So they're not definitive. This is how you have to be. If you choose that style, it's you're going to lean towards that style because the situation, necessitates that style, and that gives you the best results.
Yeah. Well, we hope this helped you understand leadership styles a little bit more. Thank you so much for watching our channel. Like and subscribe, and please comment on what you have learned. And if you want us to do a deep dive into any other categories or one of the topics we talked about today. Thank you.